I am Nisha Poddar and you're watching Too Sharp with ET, your sharpest 5-minute wrap of the two biggest stories shaping the markets, business and policy. Air India crash shakes Boeing and a nation, and Israel-Iran war clouds hit the markets, oil and gold soars. It's a dream turned into a nightmare. An Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner en route to London crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad on Thursday, killing 241 of the 242 on board. It's the deadliest aviation disaster globally in over a decade and the first ever fatal crash of the Dreamliner series. Boeing's troubles deepen with this particular incident as Boeing's leadership is now in a crisis mode. Boeing shares tumbled nearly 5%, and key suppliers like GE Aerospace as well as Spirit Aerosystems also fell. Now, this comes at a time when Boeing is still just about recovering from the 737 MAX disasters, where 346 people had died due to software failures. And earlier this year, a 737 MAX 9 suffered a mid-air blowout in the US. As recently as April, the FAA began investigating the 787 Dreamliners, the same model that crashed after a whistleblower alleged its fuselage could break apart mid-air due to poor assembly. So that was the issue. Boeing denied any of the immediate danger, but trust is wearing thin. Analysts say that if the Ahmedabad crash is really traced to manufacturing faults, it could open a new legal and regulatory front for the company. Now to the other part of the story. Air India's backstory is that of from collapse to a comeback. And this particular tragedy comes at a fragile time for Tata-owned Air India. Because 3 years ago, you'll remember, the airline was privatized and acquired by Tata Group to really transform the national carrier into a world-class global airline. It really placed record-breaking orders, including 220 aircraft from Boeing and another 250 from Airbus. But the old aircraft legacy systems and past state-run mismanagement continued to haunt it. CEO of the company, Campbell Wilson, recently told ET that losses had been slashed from earlier over 11,000 crore rupees to now about 4,400 last year. It also aims at profitability soon. However, the crash now deals a big blow on the revival plans, and this tragedy is something that the nation is grappling with. On the markets, just as investors were breathing a sigh of relief that gold is dipping, oil is steady, and stocks are rising, came a missile strike that really changed everything. On Friday the 13th, Israel launched a pre-dawn attack on Iran, targeting the nuclear sites and the missile factories, as well as killing the Revolutionary Guard's chief, Hossein Salami. Tehran confirmed the damage to the Natanz nuclear facility. Now, this is no one-off because Israel says the strikes are part of a prolonged operation to block Iran's nuclear ambitions. A state of emergency has been declared. Retaliation is also expected, and oil markets are on the edge. Let's jump into the impact and looking at the diverse markets. So oil jumps, gold breaches 1 lakh rupees, and markets tank. Brent crude surged over 12% to over $78 per barrel. It's the highest that we have seen since January, not a good news for India at all. Gold crosses 1 lakh rupees per 10 grams on the MCX. The Sensex plunged over 1,300 points intraday and Nifty fell below 24,500 before closing down about 169 points. So the safe haven buying has surged, and the Swiss franc, yen, and the US treasuries, they all saw the inflows coming in. Looking at the sectoral fallout as well as the macro risks, well, the economists warned that oil-dependent sectors such as aviation, tires, paints, even adhesives, these will be hit hard. Now, bond yields spiked and the rupee also faces a downward pressure So JP Morgan has warned that oil could really hit $120 per barrel if the Straits of Hormuz, through which, remember, 20% of the global oil comes, is impacted. So this spike will cause inflation, a tragedy in disguise, as well as tension on the ground, both shaking up the markets and taking the headlines away. We'll keep a track and also on the investigations into the Air India crash and the fallout from Israel's strikes on Iran. Until then, stay sharp and stay informed. Goodbye.